Hi, Flavia. How are
Hi,
you?
Marina. I'm so glad we're going to be speaking in English. And it was a big challenge because I was the only person in the operation. It actually challenges your mind. You don't have control over anything. You don't need a big team to do major stuff. That's how you should build bridges within Manychat.
Welcome to our interview, and please introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you, what's your role at Manychat, and yeah.
Yes. So hi guys, I'm Flavia Rosario. I lead the Brazil operations, so I'm head of operations in Brazil. And here we are in the Manychat office to talk about life at Manychat.
Yeah. You joined Manychat 1.5 years ago, and you started with a big challenge to open operation in Brazil, and also to run after it a big event like Web Summit.
Yes.
How it was this experience being like, I guess it's your first time being a chief of operation, and how it was like starting with this big challenge.
Yes. First, when I arrived, you're right. So I arrived back in January 2024. And with this challenge of already knowing that Brazil was the second biggest market for Manychat, Manychat wanted to open up an operations in Brazil to understand better like the Brazil market, the Brazil users, and how to grow even further the Brazil business there. And Dima, my manager, he asked me, wow, we thought about going to Web Summit Rio. That could be a great opportunity for us to kick off and launch Manychat in Brazil. And it was a big challenge because I was the only person in the operation. I mean, we had other people already, Brazilians in the customer support team, but being the first one brought me lots of challenge. And I joined in January and the event would happen in April. So only 3 months to figure it out, everything. My background is in marketing, so that kind of facilitated a little bit. So I kind of knew what steps I needed to take in order to have a very successful event. But I didn't know many things about the company, right? How to introduce Manychat, if we had like already customers in Brazil, what are the stories, the success cases that we needed to build, how to talk about Manychat for Brazilians. And I had to figure that out, not alone. Although I was by myself, I found at Manychat lots of very important people that helped me through this journey. So, and that's something that really caught my attention when I joined the company. The fact that everybody is very supportive to each other and they literally work together with me to make that happen. I got you as like a partner in crime. So we started working again. We've worked before in the past, but then I already like, Marina, come, you're gonna help me. There's a big story we need to tell. And I got other people in Brazil to support me. But the support from the Manychatters here in this office in the US, that was like one of the biggest highlights of the Web Summit. We did it so well that this year, 2025, we got back to Rio and we even make it bigger. So that was a huge, important moment for me in my initial onboarding at Manychat, but also for the market. After Web Summit, we got this huge growth going on in Brazil. And I'm really glad to be working in a company that allowed me to, even in the beginning, had such a big challenge, but had such a big support to make it happen.
That it was a lot of work, but it was fun to do. So getting what you mentioned, that your background, it is in marketing, what motivated you to make this change? Because it helps a lot to have a marketing background, but it's a different role. Like what motivated you to make the transition?
Yes, that's a very good question. So I had already like more than 15 years of experience in marketing. Before coming to Manychat, I was a chief of marketing officer. And I knew that my next step would be as a general manager, a managing director. That's the step that I wanted to take. And Manychat presented me with this opportunity. And I felt really interested in the fact that Manychat is a chat marketing company, right? So marketing is part of our day-to-day as we do business. So in a way, I feel the pain. I understand the pain of our users. I understand what our product is solving for them. So that's easy for me to connect. There's another side of the thing, of the story, that I've been learning since the beginning: how to open an office, how to open an entity in Brazil, how to start billing in Brazil, how to localize the market, how to hire the different cross-functional leaders that are going to help us establish, that helped us establish the operation there. So it has been amazing because I can use my background on a side of the business, and on the other side, it's a constant challenge of understanding where I need to focus, how I'm learning. Like since the beginning, I continue learning of how to start an operation and build a growth after you started the operation. So it's a huge challenge. It's not an easy one, but it's been quite a ride. Yeah.
And manage a lot of different people from different backgrounds and different skills.
Yes.
It's a very difficult task to hire the right people to be together and work together.
Yes, especially as you're building up and you need to make things fast. You already said the first challenge was Web Summit, and that was much more. And you need to hire people quite fast. And although we have a very strong hiring team and very strong values, we hire the right people, but sometimes we understood that the culture was not there, or there was a mismatch between what we wanted. And that was something that I also learned, how do we make sure that we are hiring the right people, and how not to rush to the decision about bringing a new person, but start giving the person a little bit of time, giving the company a little bit of time to understand if that's the right moment, if that's the right talent that we need at that moment. So it's not easy because we needed to go and to build the disciplines, to build the different areas, as you mentioned. At the end of the day, after 1 year and a half, we are already established as an entity in Brazil. We started billing the Brazilians. We have a P&L established in the market. And another challenge that I think, as you brought that topic up, is that we were the first office outside of a hub, or outside of a headquarter, I would say better, that embraced Manychat. So if you think about Brazil and compare the other offices that we have, Brazil is the only one that is not a headquarter. So we are based in Brazil to conquer a market that is important for us, and we collaborate super close to the global teams. That those are located in the headquarters, like marketing, finance, data analytics, engineering, product. And another thing that is surprising and amazingly surprising is that at Manychat, all these global teams, they pair up with me. They come together with the team in Brazil to make Brazil bigger. And if we face a challenge in Brazil, it's not a Brazil challenge, it's a Manychat challenge. So that's amazing, I don't feel that we are isolated. No, just the opposite. We're pretty much integrated, even if we are the first ones outside of a global hub. We are a local hub, I would say, right? So it's really amazing how this company is powerful in focusing on solving for the challenges that are not my challenge or your challenges, the challenges of the company, and embracing the challenges and surfacing this collaboration. It's really, really powerful.
So Brazil, the team right now, are you happy with the team and how it is built? And
Of course.
looking forward to expand?
Yes, of course. So we went from 4 people in last year to 14 people this year already. And the full Brazil team, if you get all the Brazilians that are now working for Manychat, is almost 40 people. It's a lot of people. And of course, as the company expands, as the business expands, we plan to expand even further. So if you're Brazilian, if you're watching this, or if you're not Brazilian but you want to come to Brazil, you have this opportunity.
You mentioned Brazil operation, how it was challenged to open and everything related to it. And tell us what does make Brazil operation special? Like what is the sauce?
Marina, that's a very good question. I would say the Brazilian sauce is the special sauce that we have is actually optimism and happiness. We imprint a lot of like joy and happiness in everything we do.
Yes. I can't imagine a lot of things that you learned since you joined Manychat, but can you highlight one in special or two or anything special?
Yes. So I've learned how important it is to build connections and to establish bridges within partners in different teams. This is very important. So, and this is something that we are bringing up for the culture in Brazil as well. So, and how you do that? You do that through empathy, of course, and that's something that is easy for Brazilians, but also based on business, data, and insights. So, as I mentioned, people here are very collaborative, but there should be a reason behind that, right? So you're asking people to like maybe change or rearrange their goals, their objectives to help you. And for that, you need to come prepared for this conversation. You need to showcase what is actually how you're moving the needle, how that's going to be beneficial for the users, for the market, and for the business. And so that's how you should build bridges within Manychat. This is the first one. And I'll say the second one is that you don't need a big team to do major stuff. So we can accomplish many, many things without a big team. So, and for that, we need to be very creative, very scrappy, and do the right things with the time that we have, because that's very, very limited.
Yeah. And there's a special team that you really enjoyed to work at Manychat or enjoying. I mean, I don't know, how much have you worked with engineers, for example? And maybe it's the first time, like what you're learning from them and, you know.
Yeah. It's not actually the first time, but I think now I work at closer to engineers, not as close as I would love to, but I think they have a very special way of thinking, which is very different than marketing, and very straightforward. And this is amazing, right? So there's a logic behind. There's not the business logic. It's like a different type of logic within them. And there's a lot of creative thinking within a logical thinking. So that has been an amazing opportunity. And we've invited some of the engineers from Manychat to visit Brazil last year, and they met some of our clients, and they were actually learning from the clients some of their pains that they have or things that they are asking in the product. And those teams, they were actually like coding in front of the client. That was amazing. Like the guys were like, yeah, let me do it right away. It's so easy. Let me do it. So there is this this behavior of like solving for things that it's really, really amazing.
You also worked with different products along your career.
Yes, yes.
Started with sales and then go to marketing, and even inside marketing, consumer marketing, there are a lot of different products. And talking about Manychat, what do you think make Manychat product so special?
Wow, yeah. So I think it was amazing. One thing that is really amazing is that the product is so good, and we found that even before starting the operation in Brazil, that Brazilians love the product. So the product really solves for a pain and for a use case that is very valid. And there's a community around the product. So that is amazing. It's not every product or every brand that has a community behind, and Manychat does have that. and it has to do with the product itself. So the product is very easy to be like set up and managed. It really adds value if you are like a creator or a small business that really needs to automate your communications through social networks or through WhatsApp, Instagram, TikTok. And it's easy to set up. It's friendly. You don't need to know about programming. It's a no coding product, and still it's very the price and the value that it provides is amazing. So it doesn't cost much. You can start for free, and for Brazilians that's amazing. And you know, like Brazilians are ranked as the top countries for new technology, and Brazilians really adopt Manychat because it's a good product and not because there's hype. There's hype, of course, but there's also good value. So I think that's the beauty of Manychat. It's a product that really solves something for your business, for your company.
One question I want to ask you, we already talked a little bit about your background and how you landed Manychat, but one special thing that it is you spent 14 years at Google, so it's a lifetime basically. So how it was this move to come from a big tech company to a much smaller one, and how it is in your daily work, how is the difference between one and another?
Very good question. So I spent 14 years at Google. When I first joined Google Brazil, the offices was super small. And I could experience a company that migrated from a small operation to a huge, huge operation. When I joined Google, there was no mobile phone, there was no AI. Everything was running through desktop computers. And I've lived through these changes. So we went from this desktop era to like mobile era, AI, and I've lived through all this at Google. But Google has become a very big company with lots of processes that are needed when you are at that size. Before leaving Google, I've worked for Waze, which was kind of a startup within Google, for 6 years. And those 6 years showcased to me what a small operation, like based on a specific market, but like working globally and operating globally could look like, and how fast things were moving, how like the technology had allowed small groups of people to do major things for millions of people. And that really inspired me to look for further opportunities outside of Google. So when I compare Manychat to Google, given that I've left 3 years ago, I would say that the time to market of things are very, very different. There's less risk, of course, like when you're a big brand and all this, all the risk that comes with that. We suffer less of this risk adverse that we found at Google, and we can operate way faster. But as much as we grow, so one thing that is really important to keep in mind is that as we grow and as we scale the operation, we need to be very attentive of not building up processes that are not needed. Why overthinking process if they are not actually making our product better, our value to our customers bigger? So I think that's how we should approach things as we grow. So this time at Google allows me to see when is actually needed new processes and new developments and new operations to be established, and where we could like still allow for like this more creative way of doing things, or like more flexibility on doing things can still be good.
Okay. Speaking about marketing and all this, how did you land in this career? How you choose it to do this?
Let me go back to my years in university. I've studied communication, and in there I had one specific discipline, which was marketing. Among many other disciplines like philosophy, anthropology, like creative writing, and marketing. And marketing really caught my attention, and I really enjoyed that discipline to the fact that I knew that I needed to study that further and that I wanted to work with that. So after college, after university, I went to take my master. So I had a master degree in business administration where I could focus on marketing. And after that, I knew that I wanted to pursue a career in marketing. My previous jobs were more like producers, content producers, but I wanted to go to a marketing seat or marketing chair. And but the only interesting because I couldn't join a marketing team right after the masters. But I decided to move to sales because that was an easy one. Had more spots within sales. So I moved to sales, and from sales was amazing because the companies where I worked for, so sales was kind of core job of the company. And you're working with the core product, selling the core product. So you kind of had to understand a little bit deeper the product, the users, the application of the product, and that to sell better and to retain that customer. So that is kind of like part of like the marketing way of thinking. So when the time came, when like a new job opportunity arrived in marketing, I kind of was prepared with a lot of understanding and the background to apply for the role. So that's how I landed in marketing.
Nice. Do you ever consider to do something different at some point?
You know, I've thought about like studying engineering because one of my best friends and my husband as well, they have this very like practical, pragmatic point of view. And I thought like, this is really good. And this really complements part of how I am and how I feel I could do. And I would love to study more of that. So in a way, I already felt about like studying engineering. But then I figured it would be too late in my career to go back to college and take another 5 years of studies.
It's a lot. And any engineer in special?
Production engineering.
Oh, it's a fun.
Because it's it's because it's closer to business, right? So, but I love the logical thinking of those guys. Like I really, really love that. So that's something that I already consider work like studying more.
Yeah. Thinking about different things, not exactly careers, but if you could pick any profession right now, any career, different from what you already do.
Oh, wow. I love what I do. So it's for me, it's kind of hard. But I would love maybe a career that would allow me to go outside more, to spend some time outside. I really enjoy technology, but sometimes I miss this, like, let's go outdoors and let's spend some time because we spend a lot of time like indoors within our computers and screens. So I maybe would love to have more like an outdoors type of career, you know, like, yeah. So something, I don't know, maybe like with traveling or with sports.
Nice one. Yeah. Yeah, and you are a person who really enjoy sports.
Yes,
so maybe it's something that is related. Yeah.
Yes, I really enjoy like practicing activities that I love. It's not any sports, but there are some activities that I love practicing, like tennis or like hiking or sailing. I know this is pretty like different ones. But like yoga, Pilates, I love this. And I really enjoy, and I feel that practicing those activities allow me to come back to myself, you know, to fulfill myself of energy, of like what I need to be better at my job and to be better at my life.
Yeah. You mentioned the sailing, the tennis, anyone in particular that you're passionate about?
Oh, I'm passionate about tennis. Yes, I'm definitely. So if you go to my place, you would see lots of rackets, lots of balls. I practice with my kid, with my husband. So it's kind of a family activity. It's also outdoors, so you get a lot of sun when you practice it. and I really enjoy it. And it's a very mental activity as well. People don't think about it, but it's like there's some things about chess, about strategy that is within tennis, and it challenges you. But you have to actually play a tennis match to someone for real. It actually challenges your mind.
Oh,
Yeah, it challenges you need to find out bravery and boldness in moments of stress. It's not easy. It's not an easy task. So it's good.
yeah. Right, and I think this, like, to have this activity in common, it's a point of contact between you and your family. So,
Definitely.
how it is for you, like, to be a professional, to be a mom, to be a wife, and how do you manage all this?
You don't manage, right? So you can't just go. But it's really hard. It's harder for women. We know about this. I mean, we're not letting go of anything. So you want to have it all. And I always wanted to have it all. Sometimes it's hard, right? So sometimes you miss your family when you're traveling, like we're here in Barcelona. But sometimes also good to spend some time on your own and to see like everybody here enjoy like working on a team and being in together with everyone. But there's a constant balance that I try to find in order to manage everything. So I would say that I'm a better person because I'm a mom. I'm a better person because I have my career, and I'm a better wife or a better mom because I have my career, right? So yeah.
Yeah. And how, like, your son is 12 years old?
11.
11. So how it changed your point of view, like, after being a mom and before being a mom and a professional at the same time?
Yes. So I used to dedicate myself way more for my profession, all in, like no limits. After being a mom, I understood what actually matters. Like your career matter, your career matters, your work matters, but it's not as much as your son, not as much as like a new life that you're bringing to the world. So that really changed my perspective of life. And I also felt when you're a mom of a small one, you understood that you don't have lots of control, like over life. You thought you had control because everything is like set. You have your agenda, you have your career, you think you have control. But once you become a mom, you understand that you don't have control over anything. Nobody has any control, but we still think that we have some type of control. And that changed also how I approach things. And that made me a better person. Not only because I have a different perspective, but also that I understand that I cannot control everything. And I have to go with the flow sometimes. And I have to be less anxious about what I cannot control. So I think that's a big learning of being a mom um, that came with maturity for me.
Okay, so we almost done, but I want to ask you two final questions. So, where do you seek inspiration?
Good question. So in my family, in my house, within myself as well. So meditating and like coming back to my inner Flavia, but also traveling, like expanding my horizons, going to art museums and seeing art. So that really inspires me. Like being outdoor really inspires me, and talking to people. I'm very talkative and very like open to get to know people, different cultures, different places, and different people can definitely like inspire me as well.
And the last one, it's something fun, but let's see. Can you tell us a curiosity about yourself?
Yes. So I would say a curiosity that is allowed to say at that time of the day, okay? But I'm a big fan of Per Jam. Yes.
Nice.
Yes. And I even have like a signed poster from Eddie Vedder in my place. I've been to, I think, 6 or 7 concerts. And there was a moment in time that I was seeking to see where they would play, and I would try to travel there. So I've seen them play in the US. I also seen them playing in Chile and São Paulo, Rio, and I really love those guys. That's my, like Flavia after the 20s, like the 25, it's like Pearl Jam. Before that, I have a crush on John Bon Jovi. And, and I love Bon Jovi, the earlier CDs, at that time was CDs. To the fact that I love them so much that if you play a note of one of those their old songs, I will tell you which song it is.
Oh, I want to see this. Like just the first note.
Yes.
Oh,
I can tell you if it's like Living on a Prayer, Miracle. Yeah.
Interesting. So nice to know. If anyone want any Bon Jovi tip, you can go to Pearl Jam as well. So
Yes.
yeah, nice. So thank you for having us, Flavia. Thank you for your answers. I think it was very great.
Yeah, me too, Marina. It was a great morning.
I can imagine. Não consigo falar imagine. Imagine. I can't imagine.
I don't know, Marina.
It's hard to manage everyone at the same time, but I think you're doing great.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.